Okay, as you well know, I'm doing the state of Wisconsin versus Stephen Avery. This will be part 4. We're going to start with the court where I left off from before. Ready? Let's begin. The court. Thank you. As I indicated previously, I have provided the parties with a copy of the court's proposed opening instructions, and it's the court's understanding that those proposed instructions are acceptable to each of the parties with the exception of some language involving the elements of the crime on 2 counts that are charged as a party to the crime. First, counsel, am I correct in that understanding? Kratz: Yes, Judge. Although the state, as Mr. Gunn and Mr. Fallon and I have spoken, and after our brief conversation in chambers, we are asking the court adopt a very similar series of language that the court has proposed in its last submission. I will be happy to put our ideas on the record, but you are correct, Judge. There is one change that we are requesting. Court: All right, Mr. Strong. Attorney Strong: We were satisfied with the whole of the court's final proposed instructions to be given primarily, and we object to the modification that the state has offered. The court: All right, I will hear from the state first, then on the proposed modification. Kratz: Thank you, Judge. The substantive change that we are asking is that towards the bottom of page 6 of the preliminary instructions, when the court reads the elements of the offense for first-degree intentional homicide as a party to the crime, the court submit the following language: that Stephen Avery caused the death of Teresa Halbach or aided and abetted Brendan Dassey in causing the death of Teresa Halbach, as we have indicated throughout the jury selection process and in fact in motions before trial, whether Mr. Dassey testifies in this case at all or whether Brendan Dassey is to be referred to at all in this trial is still very much at issue. To highlight or alert the jury that Brendan Dassey is the individual from which Mr. Avery acted in concert, we believe to be inappropriate and would, as some of the juries quite candidly indicated in jury selection, suggest that the state should, for whatever reason, be calling Mr. Dassey as a witness, notwithstanding his Fifth Amendment rights not to do so, or against self-incrimination. We're, therefore, Judge, asking that the elements read that Stephen Avery caused the death of Teresa Halbach or aided and abetted another in causing the death of Teresa Halbach. Similar language would be inserted into the second element, again, removing the words Brendan Dassey and inserting the words another. That provides no prejudice to the defense. It is an accurate statement of the law and again removes the suggestion that the state in some way has a burden or obligation or even practically speaking should call Mr. Dassey or insert Mr. Dassey into this case.